Welcome back to Lariat TV News. This week, Baylor is gearing up for a massive showdown in McLean, and students are having a hard time reaching the 6th floor of Collins. I'm Macy Krause.
And I'm Abby Ferguson. Before we dive into those stories, Collins isn't the only dorm having issues. Here are the details. Mold is spreading in some dorms on campus, and it's more common than students might think. LTVN's Danica Young tells you what it is and how students on campus can prevent it.
Several Baylor upperclassmen revealed that they suspected living with mold in some of the dorms like Allen Hall that students live in today.
It really made our living experience pretty brutal. I mean, you're constantly sick, going to class and stuff, and the air in there, everybody that came to visit our dorm that year, they all said that the air was just kind of stagnant and gross.
Myers said him and his roommates lived with mold growing in the bathroom like many other students in Allen Hall. Other dorms suspected of mold include Dawson Hall, Brooks Flats, and Texana.
The disgusting air and vibe from the room just really made us sick, and it definitely impacted our ability to function at school.
Myers said they even told their CL about the mold issue.
He said that there was nothing that we could really do about it, which is what we figured, so just kind of lived with it for an entire 2 semesters.
Dennis Nolan, Senior Director for Environmental Health and Safety at Baylor, says there are steps that students can take to prevent mold growth.
Things like not keeping wet clothing, making sure that when you take a shower, leave your door open to allow the humidity to vent out.
Nolan says light is one of the most important factors for preventing mold.
You don't want to block your windows. That's one of the biggest things, because the window does let light in. You want to try to open the blinds periodically, at least once or twice a week, just to get sunlight in, because that also helps kind of reduce the potential for mold to grow.
If mold is found, Nolan suggests that students use a disinfectant, and if that isn't successful, put in a work order immediately. For Lariat TV News, I'm Danica Young.
Although Collins has been newly renovated, students are experiencing many inconveniences when it comes to getting a lift to their rooms. After 5 weeks of classes, students have experienced on and off difficulty with the elevators in their dorm being out of order. Students on the highest floors have a climb to make when it comes to reaching their room.
The elevators have been down now for about 2 to 3 weeks. Collins, had the big renovation, and we would have thought that both the elevators would have been working, but when we first moved in, we already had one elevator down, and so the second one was definitely kind of overrun, and so now we have no working elevators in a new Collins.
If you're looking for some cardio, try taking a trip to the 6th floor of Collins.
A settlement was reached this past Monday in the Title IX sexual assault lawsuit involving 15 women at Baylor. Filings for the Jane Does involved in the case began back in 2016 while they were still at the university. Finally, after 7 years, the case was settled during a court-ordered mediation. Details of the settlement remain confidential, but Baylor says while we can never erase the reprehensible acts of the past, we pray that this agreement will allow these 15 survivors to move forward in a supportive manner. You might have seen quite a few students walking around campus dressed in suits and ties this week. That's because Baylor's annual career fair is back. Twice a year, the university offers an opportunity where employers can meet with students across many different fields of study for their next potential hire. Baylor is hoping to set them up for success by exposing them to real-world business environment outside of college.
The career fair is an opportunity for students to meet potential employers and network. I'm really excited for this opportunity, and I think that it's really cool that students get to do this.
Chaplains are found all over Baylor's campus, but this year they are introducing them to new areas. Caitlin Sides tells us more.
Pat Bray, a recent graduate from Trinity University and now a first-year theology student, just became the business school's first ever chaplain. Baylor has been known for having residential chaplains in each dormitory, but is now introducing the idea of academic chaplains.
But this was something I didn't think would be for me. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna try it out. We're gonna see how it goes, and we're gonna rock with it.
This is the first year Baylor has introduced this concept, and throughout Bray's journey, he said he has been excited to connect with the students.
Hear their stories, hear why they came to Baylor, and just seeing, it's cool just seeing the overlap of why I came and where I'm seeing God move, and also seeing where God is moving in their lives too.
Senior Coordinator for Pastoral Care, Tyler Conway, said that Baylor is excited about this opportunity and has already introduced a new chaplain for the undergraduate and graduate students in the Baylor Sciences program.
Students, staff, and faculty are always thinking about how we integrate our faith into what we do. And that is certainly true of students who are in business.
Bray speaks about his passion for meeting new people and is excited to take on this new role at Baylor.
I didn't understand the weight and the purpose of prayer fully, but I think in this role it's taught me just to develop my own prayer life for myself, but also to pray for other people and to care for other people in that way too.
For Lariat TV News, I'm Caitlin Sides.
Next up, Baylor isn't just for Baptist students.
And we're giving you an inside look at some Baylor science. Keep it here.
Let there be light. Let there be roommates and teammates and strangers who become family. Let there be marching and cheering. Let there be challenging courses and time to share. Scholarship and championships. Let there be groundbreaking and soul-searching. Let there be laughter. Let there be joy. Let there be light.
Hugs and kisses. XOXO, an exhibit about love and forgiveness, is on display at the Mayborn Museum, reminding visitors about acts and emotional support. Interactive activities aim to guide thoughts by asking children and maybe even adults deep questions they may have never been asked before. While advising them on genuine connections with others, the exhibit is encouraging its visitors to take a deep breath and explore these powerful feelings. Wednesday, Texas State Representative Caroline Harris was hosted as guest speaker for the Club Enlightened Women at Baylor, a place for conservative women to gain opportunity. Macy Krause fills you in.
This Wednesday, Network of Enlightened Women hosted its first guest speaker of the year. Carolina Harris is the first female Texas state representative in her district and the youngest Republican woman elected to State House. Students came to hear her story, life in the political world, and how to launch a political career.
It doesn't matter your background, where you come from, what you look like, you can make a difference. And especially as a young person these days, we need you. We need your fresh ideas, we need your innovation, and I'm excited to get the chance to speak to young people and to inspire young people to get more involved.
Students also attended to receive extra credit for political science and government courses. Harris said to get more politically involved, you can Google or call state representatives and senators for resources and internships offered all year round.
So I'm actually from New York, born and raised, so there's not a lot of conservatives here, so that's a huge reason why I came to Baylor. So I really just appreciate having a group of like-minded girls where I could talk about the issues that I felt really uncomfortable talking about back home where I was the minority. Just being able to learn more about political issues from a conservative perspective and hear about job opportunities like Caroline Harris being state representative of potential conservative jobs that I could go into.
Being surrounded by girls who want to build each other up, who when you get an internship, they celebrate you and just are there for you with connections, and anything has been so special.
New at Baylor hosts former NCAA swimmer Riley Gaines October 11th, 7 p.m. in Foster 250. Their book clubs are hosted Mondays, 7 p.m. at Common Grounds. To learn more or get involved, visit their Instagram Enlightened Women or www.enlightenedwomen.org. For Lariat TV News, I'm Macy Krause. Even at a Baptist university, the Catholic Student Association makes its presence known. CSA hosts a walking rosary for students every week on Tuesdays. This weekly walk started about 3 years ago, and the students have chosen to continue the tradition.
Not many people know that we really exist on campus. And so having an event like the Walking Rosary where we're able to walk around and pray and exemplify the faith, it's a really great evangelization opportunity in a sense.
For more information, you can check out the Catholic Student Association page on Instagram. Bio 1405 might just sound like your everyday science class, but this research-based lab allows students to do things that one junior TA says are unheard of for freshmen. Claire Goodyear tells you more.
Baylor University has a unique opportunity you may not have heard of that allows freshmen to participate in undergraduate research.
There are some schools, 144 I think schools now, that do this, but that's still pretty, low numbers.
Freshmen in this program conduct phage research that is eventually published.
Students make their discoveries on their own soil samples with their own bacteria. So we have pages of these pages that they've discovered that have been then published on what we call NCBI's database.
These students are not only focusing on science, but also broadening their own thinking and research abilities.
Dr. Adair, our professor, is really big on a growth mindset. So she wants us to keep thinking and keep growing.
We know that students learn best when they're actively engaged in things. It's much better to teach students how to think and act and do science.
Unique learning styles implemented in Dr. Adair's lab are beneficial for freshmen to comprehend what they are learning.
The research-based class has actually really helped me understand the material. We're able to get things like this.
This lab opens up doors for freshmen by giving them something to show for their significant amount of research.
The coolest thing about this class is so at the end, we get to actually have our name in a research paper.
Baylor is unique that they have this because you get to do real research that's headed by a professor, and you also get to publish, which is unheard of for a freshman.
Their research expands beyond the classroom.
Our motto in the biology department, is learning about the world, but also healing the world. They're contributing to this bigger picture.
Undergraduate research for freshmen is not common, but could possibly leave a large impact on the future of learning. For Lariat TV News, I'm Claire Goodyear.
The last time a team ranked this high in McLean was 2019. We'll preview Baylor's matchup with Texas.
And Baylor Volleyball is hoping to build off a set of wins. We'll be right back. Even a no-cut team can bring the competition. LTVN's Abby Ferguson tells you how club tennis stays ambitious but fun.
As one of the most highly awarded clubs on campus, club tennis serves up a sense of spirit, competition, and community.
Club tennis had a great last semester with being named Tennis on Campus 2023 Club of the Year and finishing in the gold bracket at Nationals for the first time in school history back in April. Despite these accomplishments, the officers ensure that club tennis maintains its purpose to bring the fun into competition.
That's just what makes tennis fun, and so I just want it to be like a safe place for everyone and a place that people just get to relieve stress, make friends, and just do something that isn't a typical necessarily college experience.
From amateurs to those who have played tennis for years, all are welcome on the courts.
I think the most unique thing you'll find at club tennis is that we're a no-cut club. We have people that have never picked up a racket before, people that could have played in college, all here practicing at one facility.
Club tennis provides a family environment, especially for new students.
Leaving my tennis team in high school was so sad because I like playing tennis, but also just the community was so good. But then coming here, it's just like I get to experience that again.
The club travels to other parts of Texas for tournaments on weekends, and they certainly make a racket. You can join them every Monday and Thursday from 8 to 10 at the Hurd Tennis Center. For Lariat TV News, I'm Abby Ferguson.
Baylor football will be facing off against number 3 ranked Texas in the team's final Big 12 meeting Saturday. The series dates back to 1901, with the Longhorns leading 79 wins to Baylor's only 29. The game is expected to be a crowded one as McLean Stadium is sold out and Baylor distributed the most student tickets in the stadium's history. Last year, Texas took the win in Austin, but the team isn't taking time to reflect on that.
What happened in the past don't matter. So yes, I always want to have the confidence. I want my teammates and coach to have the confidence that we can go out there and do what we do, but I don't want it to be based off last year because it's not last year. Everything different.
The game will be a primetime matchup at 6:30 on the Brazos. It's the first time Waco has hosted a top 3 team since Oklahoma in 2017. Baylor Volleyball took down Stephen F. Austin Wednesday, starting strong and never looking back. The Bears have now won 8 straight against the Lady Jacks, led by outside hitter Elise McGee with 11 kills, her second straight match leading that stat. McGee wasn't the only Bear contributing to the win, as safety Avery Carlson had 32 assists on the night and defensive specialist Lauren Briseno had 9 digs. Coach McGuire said, "Love that we were able to finish it in 3 and focus our energy, playing clean. 14 kills and just 1 error, and we hit over .400 in all 3 sets. When we're good, we can be really good." Baylor takes on the number 10 ranked BYU Cougars in Provo Saturday before they get into conference play. Women's golf is in full swing and headed to Nashville this weekend for the Mason Rudolph Championship. Coming off 6th, 10th, and 12th place team finishes at the Annika Intercollegiate, the Bears are looking to bounce back in their first time heading to Tennessee since 2016. Freshman Ashleen Carr is taking the number 1 spot in Nashville for the team, followed by another freshman, Yeonjung Huh. Head coach Jay Goebel says he's looking forward to his talented new freshman to compete alongside his 3 All-Americans. Friday, Baylor Equestrian started their season with their first inter-squad meet of the year. Hannon Joseph takes the reins.
This week, Baylor Equestrian kicked off in style as they begin their annual green and gold match.
It's so nice, like having all your teammates just cheer you on and getting to see all the new faces with the freshmen, cheering all of them on. I just wanted to come out here and kind of get my nerves out a little bit.
Starting off as a young squad this year with 21 newcomers, head coach Casey Maxwell says that it is a great opportunity to rebuild and reunite as a team.
The scrimmage is just overall an opportunity to get our whole team, get their feet back underneath of them, get everybody ready for the season. We've got a really young squad this year. We've got 21 freshmen or transfers that have joined our program this year. So really this was about, kind of letting them see how everything runs for a home meet.
Despite a 2-hour rain delay and schedule changes the past week due to weather, coaching staff is proud of the team and their ability to not only adapt but execute.
I'm super proud of the team as a whole, just really rolling with the punches this entire week and especially today, and really still staying on point. Working really well together and then really putting out some really solid rides. I couldn't ask any more of them.
This kind of gave us an idea of just things we need to work on going into Oregon and meet on the road, especially, and just kind of get little mistakes out of the way so that we can go into that meet confident.
The team will continue improving before they open the year in College Station on September 29th and are excited to compete against Texas A&M. For Lariat TV News, I'm Hannon Joseph.
And that will do it for us in Baylor sports this week. Make sure to check back in with the Lariat after Baylor versus Texas for the most in-depth coverage of your Bears. Back to you, ladies.
Thanks, Deara. And remember to check out the Baylor Lariat on YouTube and our website, BaylorLariat.com.
We'll see you next Friday, Baylor family. And as always, sick 'em Bears.